Hi folks, and welcome to Impactful Life. My name is Rob, and this channel is dedicated to helping you make an impact so you can lead a full life. In today's video, we're going to be continuing our discussion of Dr. Stephen Covey's famous book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I hope you've been following along as we've been making our way through the habits and taking a detailed look at each one. If you want to go back and watch the series from the beginning, we've numbered each one to help you. Today we're going to be focusing on habit 3, so stay tuned. I'll tell you what it is when we come back. Welcome back. Now let's make an impact. Today, we're going to be discussing the third habit from the book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Dr. Stephen Covey. If you've been following along with this series, you know that habit 1 is to be proactive. Habit 2 is to begin with the end in mind. Habit 3 is to put first things first. Building on the action in habit 2 of developing your personal mission statement, habit 3 will help you manage your day-to-day, moment-by-moment decisions. It's what Covey describes as the 4th generation of time management. He described the first generation as dealing mostly with checklists and notes as folks tried to put together a to-do list of everything they needed to get done. The second generation introduced calendars and appointment books as folks tried to look to the future a little bit and think ahead and plan better. The third generation focused heavily on prioritization and day planning, asking us to identify what is the most important thing on our list to do today. While all of these have made a significant contribution to personal efficiency, Dr. Covey believes it's time for a new 4th generation that deals less with being efficient and more with personal effectiveness. Spending too much time being structured and having everything in your life scheduled doesn't leave much time for personal relationships, spontaneity, or living a full life. He believes that instead of prioritizing our schedule, we need to schedule our priorities. Now, if you watched our last video, hopefully you went through the exercise of identifying the various roles in your life and then listing 2 or 3 things that you'd like to achieve in each one. According to Covey, the next step is to look at your week and actually block out time and schedule activities that will help you move closer to attaining what you want to accomplish in each role. Now, the concept of weekly planning is a game changer. And if you don't already do this, I strongly suggest you start immediately. You probably already know that it's important to have both long and short-term goals. And by sitting down once a week, you can keep your eyes on both. If you get nothing else out of this video, I want you to just try it for 1 month and see what happens. Pick a day to sit down and review the past week and plan out the next week. I use Sunday mornings. Some people prefer Friday afternoons. It's totally up to you. Have your written goals handy. You do have goals written down, right? So you can review them and compare them to your personal mission statement. Look at your roles and what do you want to accomplish within each one? How did you do last week? What worked? What didn't? What kept getting pushed back or moved to the next day? How can you use what you learned last week to make you more effective this week? Now, plan out your week. A full schedule, just like a full life, should include the have-to-dos, the need-to-dos, and the want-to-dos. According to Dr. Covey, our schedule needs to be a balance between relationships and results. Be efficient with things, but effective with people. Probably the most impactful concept in this chapter is the time management matrix that Dr. Covey uses to break down how we spend our time into 4 distinct quadrants. The notion is one of the few ideas that stuck with me over the years since I first read this book nearly 30 years ago. The 4 quadrants are broken down along a continuum based on importance and urgency. Quadrant 1 is both urgent and important. These are the crises that we have to deal with right away. Quadrant 2 is important, but not really urgent. Things like planning and goal setting. Quadrant 3 is urgent, but not that important, like interruptions, incoming emails, social media notifications on your phone. And Quadrant 4 is simply not important and not urgent. In other words, time wasters. Now, according to Dr. Covey, most of us are consumed by Quadrant 1 and Quadrant 3 because they're urgent. They have to be dealt with right now. If you go through your day constantly putting out fires, then you know what I'm talking about. Effective people stay out of quadrants 3 and 4 because they're not important at all. And they significantly reduce the amount of time in quadrant 1 by focusing most of their efforts on quadrant 2. Quadrant 2 deals with the things that are important but not urgent. And it's where preventative maintenance takes place. Things like long-range planning, preparation, exercising, building relationships. All of the things we know we need to be doing, but we don't get around to it because they're not urgent. People who don't address the important but not urgent things in their life are never going to live a full life. They will be ruled by distractions, interruptions, and crises. Have you ever had your day planned out and packed with everything you needed to get done, only to have one thing take longer than expected, or something unexpected comes up, and suddenly your whole day is thrown off schedule? It's frustrating, isn't it? When things don't go according to plan, it leads to procrastination, or putting it off until tomorrow. Even something in quadrant 2 will become quadrant 1 crisis if you put it off long enough. So take a good look at how you're spending your time and see if you can eliminate or at least reduce the amount of urgency in your life by spending the time on the important things. Start with your personal mission statement, look at your various roles, identify what you want to accomplish in each one, and then build your weekly schedule accordingly. Learn to say no sometimes to things that don't serve your mission and delegate tasks where you can. Put first things first so you can make an impact and lead a full life. So that's it for this week's book review. Don't forget to click the little red subscribe button, and please give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Feel free to make an impact on someone else by sharing this video, and don't forget to follow us on social media. Be sure to check out our website where you can read our blog and sign up for our free monthly newsletter. All of those links will be in the description below. Hey, thanks again for watching, folks. Now go make an impact.